I'm always looking for ways to improve my desk setup, especially ways that can make it more comfortable. I found a handful of items that genuinely improve comfort in different ways, and if one of these doesn't fit your needs, they'll make great gift ideas for someone else who spends a lot of time at their desk. This one was actually my wife's idea. When I told her I was doing a video about comfort desk setup items, she said I should include a Himalayan salt lamp. I had no idea there was this whole world of Himalayan salt. I had maybe used it before to make soul water, but that was as far as I'd gotten. This might be obvious, but I am far from a medical expert, so I'm going to stick to the straightforward question. Did this make the time at my desk better and more comfortable? And I 100% say yes, it did. I'm not going to claim it enhanced my physical health like the listing says, but I do strongly agree that it creates a calming ambiance. It looks awesome and just instantly changes the mood of the whole room. I kind of wish the salt either sat directly on my desk with no base, or else that they had different base options. And frankly, that wood base was really wobbly. The lamp comes in 3 different sizes. I went with the 10 to 12 inch. I have the space on my desk, and since I like it so much, I'm glad I got the bigger one. Keep in mind that this is kind of a natural item, so you're not going to get something that's pulled out of a mold. They're not going to all look exactly the same. I actually plugged mine into a Govee smart plug, so now I can use Google Assistant or Alexa and say, "Hey Google, turn on the salt lamp." It does have a dimmer so you can choose your brightness levels. Personally, I always kept it all the way up. Keep in mind that this is not a heater. It does get a little warm, but it's not heater hot. And yes, don't worry, I checked, it is actually salt.
Is it salt?
It's salty.
Next up, let's look at some memory foam mouse and wrist rests. I've been using a wood wrist rest from Aothea for years, but I wanted to see if switching to a plush memory foam style would improve comfort. So I thought I'd buy a couple different options from Mikas and Vadier. Comfort-wise, they're both similar. The foam support feels basically the same. The differences come down to size, shape, and how consistent they feel under your wrist. I really didn't expect the different surface patterns to make that big of a difference, but they kinda do. Vadier is probably the best looking and they have a match set available, but I found that the Vadier compresses faster and doesn't have the same bounce back as the Mikas. Also, I would stay away from models that have a more varied height pattern. Your wrist can land on a slightly higher or lower cell, and moving from side to side won't be as smooth. Testing the Mikas model, I found I really preferred the smoother, straight line surface with the tiny uniform bumps. It's just the most consistent feeling, and it blends visually. The Mikas wrist rest and mouse rest both had better bounce back than the Vadier. Before using these, I was worried that I wouldn't have enough mousing room, but even without changing my cursor speed, I found I could move across the monitor without issue. I never found I had any limitations, either with my mouse space or with the cursor space on the screen. Cleaning is going to be pretty easy, just use a wet rag and wipe it down. Just don't wait too long to take care of any stains or dust you find. Another bonus is the grippy underside on each of these products. This really helps keep them from sliding around. My top recommendation to get comfortable at your desk is to get the right office chair. If you're not sure what to buy, check out our guide linked down in the description. This one really hits that cozy factor. I'll be honest, I do have a pretty comfortable office, but I do get chilly sometimes. I live in Wisconsin, so when the snow is falling, having a blanket to wrap around me feels kind of amazing. So enter the Snuggleback chair blanket. When wearing it, and yes, I use that word deliberately because you kind of put it on, you can feel a bit of weight on the shoulders and chest. It's not like a weighted blanket, but kind of a satisfying amount of pressure. You might be wondering though, why not just use a normal blanket? The truth is, the design works really well when seated in a chair. The flaps work in a way that a usual blanket or snuggie type thing don't work. Once you're in it, your arms stay free and the chair arms separate the upper wrap from the lower wrap. My only real wish is that the bottom flaps are a little bit shorter so they don't hang on the floor. Because you're actually wearing it while seated, you kind of have to take it back off when you stand up. They claim that it just falls off you automatically, but that wasn't really true for me. I felt I had to unwrap myself each time. It's cool to see that they even use the Steelcase Leap in their marketing, and yes, it really does make an already S-tier comfort chair feel even cozier. I'll be honest though, it's not visually sleek, and why would they use these purple straps on the back? It's cozy and practical, but it's not stylish. Some of you are thinking, I'm always hot, I never need a blanket. And for you, I found a fan. The Considon fan has a strong volume to power ratio. That means on its lowest setting, it's very quiet. And on higher speeds, it's still not loud. It's just a steady humming sound. but it's far less noisy than a vibrating or spinning fan. I usually keep it behind me or kind of at my side so it's not blowing at my face to dry out my eyes. That gives just enough airflow to help me stay comfortable. There's no oscillation, which can be a downside, but it also keeps that design really sleek, and I also think its purpose is more to direct air to keep you cool. It's not to lower the temperature of a whole room. It's larger than the little USB fans I've used in the past, but I don't mind so much because this one has a lot more power. I will say it's pretty picky about the USB cord, so I recommend only using the one they include. There are some negative reviews complaining about electrical type issues, and I think these might be coming from people plugging in using random cords. Now, is it underpowered for cooling an entire room? Yes, probably. But for cooling you at your desk, it works great. I won't even attempt to say the brand name here. Let's just call this an extended gaming desk pad. Basically, this is a soft surface that covers a large area of your desk. Now, like the salt lamp, it improves the overall vibe of your workspace, and it also improves some functions. I've gone back and forth using the PU type pads and the fabric gaming pads, but with the gaming pad, I find mouse glide is smoother and tracking is better. Unlike the PU leather pads, your mouse never sticks after sitting still. I have a video dedicated to desk pads, I'll link in the description for more comparisons. Back to this pad, it comes in 23 different styles, so most people will be able to find something to fit their style. I like going large because I can put my keyboard, my phone, my drink, whatever it is, and it visually ties everything down. When working or gaming, not a lot of my hand or forearm really is going to touch it, but when it does, it's more comfortable than resting it on a hard surface of my desk. Across brands, these cloth desk pads are very similar. I've used the K-Trio pad, which feels the same. The biggest difference being that K-Trio has more size variations, but only black options. One potential issue, if it snags, there isn't really much of a fix. You might be able to cut it off, but there's always going to be a mark. They also cost about twice as much as PU leather pads. From a comfort and aesthetic perspective, it's one of those things that makes the desk feel like a place you want to sit at. I read all the comments, so let me know if there's something you want me to review next. Thanks for watching.